Oh, that was not the way it was meant to be.
No, no, it's not.
That was not the way it was meant to be. Hey, readers, how you doing? It's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
And it's me, Nico Luro, Daddy Goo, down below on YouTube right here. Yes, this thing right here. Yes, if you haven't seen the new video, go check it out now on Daddy Goo. Or you can refer to me tonight as Chef Pleasures, because Chef Pleasures made a very, very tasty burger.
Sorry, screeners. I need you guys to confirm. Did Nico come through clear to you, or was it as distorted as it was to me? Because one of us has got a technical issue, and we're not too sure who. I literally didn't even understand a single word you said. It literally sounded like traveling through the Matrix.
Oh, that's good. How do I sound now?
Now your words are coming through, but it's still freeze framing.
Oh, good. This is going to be fun. Silver screen dudes, film familia. If you could please let us know in the comment section who's the internet, who's got the internet gremlins and who's got the technical issues. Please let me know. Might be worth doing some local recordings for this one. We can't do that now that we've gone live. Of course not. Good. We're off to a flyer. AJ, can you actually hear me?
I did for like 10 seconds, and now you're breaking through. Like, hear me just about came through, and it sounded like Right. So it sounded like you had an issue, or did it sound like you were good? Oh man. Oh god. This is gonna be a fun show.
Gavin, am I both sound okay to me? This is what I'm saying, AJ. The matrix between us is fucked up.
Okay. Guys, bear with us. I can only reply to what I'm hearing. But okay, cool. Welcome to the Silver Screen Dudes movie Mount Rushmore. Yeah, it's a big one. It's beginning to heat up, so we thought we'd give you guys a little treat of what's to come.
It is beginning to heat up, isn't it? And this is actually turning out to be quite a good year for movies. I'm quite excited about this summer.
You know what? It's more interesting than I actually thought it was going to be. No disrespect to it. It's like there's a few films I knew, then I started to look, and my eyes got open to a few bits, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. Yep. There's one I'm so torn on right now. I don't know which way to go about it. But yeah, it looks like a good summer. It looks like a good summer for film.
Yeah, and I think I know which movie you're torn on. It's going to be similar to me, but listen, compared to the last few dead summers we've had, I'm hopeful about this one. So far, this may not be a popular thing to say, but here in the UK, it's been a good year for movies. I've been enjoying what we've had so far between Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Fabelmans, The Whale, Babylon, John Wick. I've had a blast so far this year. Few disappointments. Cocaine Bear, George Foreman didn't quite hit the mark for me. Pope's Exorcist was meh. But I've been enjoying the movies so far this year.
Nice. I did see D&D a couple of days ago. Didn't do the review because I partially watched it and it partially watched me, so that wasn't it. But overall, it was a good film. It was just the wrong day to have gone cinema. Like, it was a spur of the moment go for it. It was better than I thought. And even if I was going to have done a review, like, the film's about to leave the cinema, it wasn't really worth doing it. But no, if what I would say, okay, it's probably too late to catch it in the cinema. If you can, but it's worth a watch. It's not as like you have to be a D&D player to understand this. Far from that. So good, I'd say it was a good watch.
Is it worth a watch in the cinema, though?
It doesn't have to be. Like, to me, I think I would have had a great time at home anyway. And I'd be like, oh, pleasant surprise. Yeah, maybe. And then I'd maybe have gone for number 2, just in the case, if there is a number 2, just because it was like, hey, I didn't mind it, but I wasn't like, oh my God, it rocked my world. But again, this is a man who just literally went to the cinema at the last minute. So I'm not being the fairest critic to the film, but it wasn't bad. I will say that. And when I say wasn't bad, as in it is not a bad film. Like, it's decent.
The nefarious critic. I like that. Shout out to Big Tone. Riri Thomas is in the house. Evening to you both. You're both clear to me. Watched The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry recently. Was surprised how much I enjoyed it, and it moved me a lot. I'll check that one out. Thank you for that, Riri. And Gavin Mann says, Nico, planning on watching The Exorcist and Apocalypse Now very soon after my tweet last week. Yeah, So Gavin put out a tweet last week saying 4 movies I haven't seen: The Exorcist, Apocalypse Now, Shining, Psycho. I'm like, bro, bro, come on.
We all have potholes. We all have plot holes.
We
Plot
all
holes,
do.
and we need to fill them. That's the pleasure.
COVID was a blessing in that sense. I got to fill so many.
Say that kind again.
Sorry, I said COVID was a blessing. I got to fill so many of my plot holes. It was great. People were dying, but I got to see Casablanca. Yay. Fuck. Oh, dearie me. Should we get into it?
Right. Yeah, we can do. While we're both in decent motion, I believe. Okay, but before we do get into it, would you like to tell everyone what the movie Mount Rushmore is all about?
Yes, it's basically a top. Oh, hang on. Before I get into it,
Jim Carrey all the way.
Marcus Van Grover, Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler? Jim Carrey for the win, Marcus. How about yourself? Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler? Let me know. Here's how the show works. AJ and I get assigned a topic, we go our separate ways, and we come right back here into the live stream or to video on demand or podcast, if those are the platforms you're listening on, and deliver to you our film familia, our individual top 10s. This week, AJ will go first, delivering his bottom 3. I will then deliver my bottom 3. AJ will deliver his next 2. I will deliver my next 2. And then we will trade one apiece. If at any time, while we are rounding off our individual top 10 lists, one person has a movie in a higher position, that person will say,
punt.
And we will punt and talk about that movie when we get to the high position. Once we have both rounded off our individual top 10 movies, we will create, in the voice of Chandler Bing, the movie Mount Rushmore. These are the 4 quintessential, diverse, must-see movies of the genre, which this week is...
Top 10 most anticipated summer blockbusters of 2023. Quick question.
Yes.
Is it blockbusters or just films of 2023?
I'm doing blockbusters because there's a few I left out specifically because they're not blockbusters.
Blockbusters, yeah?
I'm doing blockbusters, yeah.
Okay. Because I'm kind of split in my 7 and my 7B. Kind of.
Case in point, Asteroid City, Wes Anderson's new movie. Cannot fucking wait to see it. I don't believe Asteroid City, Wes Anderson's new film. I don't believe that qualifies as a blockbuster. Is it a movie I want to see? Fucking hell yeah. It's Wes Anderson, but not a blockbuster.
Yeah, I was kind of torn. I was watching the trailer and I'm like, I wouldn't rush to the cinema for it, respectfully. It was one of those that I'm still like, I got the Grand Budapest Hotel vibes, but I didn't know if it was enough for me. Like, the more I was watching the trailer, I'm like, you're going to interest me, but I don't know if I'm going to have the patience and the thought process in the cinema to really appreciate it. So with that, very much on the honourable. Right, well, I'm on it then. I will go down the blockbuster route. Bear with me. This one was going to be on my list. Blackberry, the story of Blackberry, how it came into being the first smartphone and the rise and fall and the challenges they had once the iPhone dropped and all of that. It seemed kind of interesting, but I doubt it will be the blockbuster that we're probably going to be discussing throughout.
Right. What else did I leave off? A lot of people, when I put the question out on Twitter, pitched Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, that's Scorsese's new movie that has both DiCaprio and De Niro, but it ain't out till October, so disqualified.
Bro, I'm not going to lie, I can't hear it. I didn't hear a single word. This is going to be tough. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to try something, but technology has not been my friend for the past 2 days. This is not a joke.
Reloading.
I'm going to try one more form of internet, and this was meant to be powerful internet day for me.
Powerful internet day.
So here's the thing, and just because I love the screeners, guys, this is my phone currently on, okay? That's me waiting for the screen to power up so I can turn the hotspot on and see if I get better signal. Oh, and I upgraded today. I went from Mojave or whatever to Catalina today. Didn't realize I needed an upgrade, and this is how my phone's reacting.
Catalina is old, bro.
Bro, I've forever clicked later, and here we are now. Bear with me 1 second. Let's see if this is going to be stronger internet.
I think we found the source of the problem. Ibrahim Al-Mala, hello, mon ami. Great to see you here, and thank you for joining us. I seem to be coming clear fine. AJ seems to be coming clear fine, but he's having problems on his end. Must be the table. Guys, I would actually like to hear from you. We could, how you doing, folks? Good to hear from you too, Ibrahim. We can do the poll now, actually, while I'm waiting for AJ. Let me jump onto Twitter and let's actually find out who won the poll from last week. And the topic last week was our 4 finalists of the top comedies of the 21st century. Now, as Chris Trengrove rightfully said, this is the tables have turned. Well done, Gavin. Hello, Billy Mount. Great to see you here too, buddy. Thank you for joining us. AJ, is he back? No.
No, I am. And believe it or not, you're sounding crystal clear now.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I said, are you ready?
Yeah, just about. But I'm guessing I'm looking pixelated now because I can see.
No.
Oh, good. Because I see
you're
the
clear and clear.
Perfect. Guys, I am so sorry that this start has been so shite, but it's been a struggle, but we made it happen. Right. In at number 10.
No. Two things. First, we need to do address a question for Marcus Van Grover, which I believe you can answer for me. And second, we need to do the poll.
Okay.
Bring Marcus Van Grover's question up.
You're right. Why do you hate
who?
Oh, so who do you hate more? Michael Bay or M. Night? M. Night.
You hate M. Night more?
I know you're going to go down the Michael Bay route, left, right, and center.
Oh, yeah.
There's a film that's going to be on your list very high. I guarantee you very high.
Yes.
That he ruined the franchise for, so much so that the thumbnail to your film review was this. So, like, that's a personal beef. I've had some good times.
Pain and gain, AJ. Pain and gain.
Listen, there are many things that this guy has done that is not going to be acceptable, but I just... M. Night's films have never been like high on my list. They're weird, and it's not weird but good, so they're just weird and I'll accept it. Don't get me wrong, there are others that you can appreciate.
Did you like Unbreakable?
Yeah, I was gonna say I called it a split trilogy.
Did you like
Unbreakable trilogy?
Yeah, right, cool.
So
has Michael Bay ever done anything that you've liked as much as that?
Bad Boys.
Shit. Okay, fair enough.
The Rock, like
The Rock is good. The Rock is good. The Rock is good.
He has done some good films. So,
but the question was not whose movies do you like more? Who do I hate more? Bay. Cock.
C'est la vie.
Nico, how do you compare Roland Emmerich with Michael Bay? I want to know. Michael Bay makes better movies, but he's a bigger cock. So, fuck him. Hate that man.
Interesting. And
the poll, AJ, from last week, which was hosted by us, not by JT, who I still haven't heard from. I'm going to follow up with him, but I hope everything's okay in the land of JT. So the topic last week, AJ, was the top 10 comedies of the 21st century. Finalists were The Hangover, Team America, Mean Girls, and American Pie 2. Shoot, mon ami. How did this fare?
This is going to sound so deep. No, Mean Girls has a lot, but it's cultish. Mean Girls, number 4.
Mean Girls at number 4, 19%.
So we've got Team America, American Pie, and The Hangover, right?
Fucking Murderer's Row, mate.
Team America at number 3.
So here's the thing. Team America is kind of joint second, so you need to pick the other joint. Because both Team America and this other movie... Yeah, Mean Girls is number 3. So Team America and this other movie got 24%.
It's an awesome franchise, but... both of them are franchises here, but I believe when people think of comedies of the 21st century, this one takes the role more. So I'm going to say American Pie 2 is joint number 2.
You're correct.
Thank fuck. As much as it was my number 1, I just think The Hangover was just something so fresh for people, whereas American Pie 2
was
the sequel.
So fresh, bro.
Yeah.
And it has not aged. Like, I actually watched it between now and last episode, and dude, Stitches, it still kills me. I know what's coming, and I'm sorry, it still fucking kills me. That the chicken, the tiger, the Mike Tyson, the cop car,
the baby,
the baby. Hey guys, look. They slam the baby with a taxi door, and the baby is just going, and all they can say is, "You just nailed the baby." It's like, is the baby okay? No, you just nailed the baby. So fucking good. Oh, the Mike Tyson. You're damn right, Gavin. By the way, the will be something that will be part of our announcement next week. The big announcement is 1 week away, guys. So be here on next episode, live or on pod or on VOD. But yeah, the big announcement will be at the end of next week's show, and the big announcement will have the as a key feature of it, right, AJ?
Indeed it shall. Indeed it shall.
Billy Mount says, Nico and AJ, there's a topic I wanted to bring up and talk to you about. I know it's a classic, but does Casablanca count or considered as a film noir? That's yes, because it's got a femme fatale, so it's a film noir.
I was going to go with it. Yeah.
Femme fatale equals film noir. Has to be.
Yeah. It's got all the tropes of it. It's not even that. It's got the guy who. Yeah.
I wouldn't call it the quintessential noir, but it's
Hell no.
Yeah, it's a noir.
I don't even call it a quintessential movie, but that's another story. I mean,
10 points.
Just real being real.
Yeah,
just
10
real
points,
being real.
10 points to my BFF. Always.
So, yeah, it was what it was. I've heard about Casablanca for the longest while. Saw it and I was just like, even the last line. If we're gonna really go into it,
it's not that good.
What friendship are we talking of? The guy you're talking about for the longest while. This is the beginning of a great friendship. Why? How? What? Because she got away. Because she went back to her husband. Oh, now we're gonna be friends. Because guess what? The puss that left me before left again. Wow.
But this is why I'm at. It's like, bro, you had your chance. You left. I don't feel bad for you. Listen, happily married and all that. I've had plenty of women who I could look back on and be like, that could have ended differently if I had made different decisions. Move on, bro. Fucking going to North Africa and drinking in a bar, you limey motherfucker, you.
It's just weird. The whole thing is just a weird. Like, I get it. It's a what could have been story, right? More than anything.
Okay, what could have been story? La La Land.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's that. But to be like the most groundbreaking of movies, no, sorry.
Billy Mount did not like The Hangover. Thought it sucked. Ow, Billy.
Again,
comedy is subjective.
Yeah, it is subjective, and I had a laugh with The Hangover. It wasn't my greatest comedy, like it wasn't, but I know how much people have appreciated it, and it's very middle ground for me. It really is. But hey, I wouldn't say it sucked. That's a bit harsh.
What is your number 10? What is your number 10 for this week, AJ?
My number 10 was partially my worst, and my worst was partially my number 10. However, I've stuck with this because I'm a man of principle. So my number 10. Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, now, I'm going to punt you on that.
Okay.
I'm going to punt you on that, but I'm going to applaud you for putting it that low because I'm not punting you by much.
Right, no problem. Right, number 9. Am I excited for this film? No. Am I going to see this film to piss off everybody who has made a complaint about color changing? Hell yes. Is it coming up? Will it come up? There we go. The Little Mermaid.
Gonna punt you there too.
Fucking hell. Okay. I've fought with this internet to come back to everybody just to be punted twice. My number 8, I don't know if you've seen it. A trailer for it. I don't know if it interests you. I came across it, I think when I was watching an Amazon movie, and it caught my interest. The Blackening.
No, okay. I have seen a trailer for this. This is a remake, isn't it?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
Isn't this the Black Cowboy movie?
Come again?
Is this not the Black Western that they're doing?
No, that was the Harder They Fall or Harder They Come.
Something like that.
Harder They Come, I think it was, with Idris and all that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Still need to get into that. I know some people really appreciate it. It wasn't for me. Not as yet. Yeah. But this film is actually quite funny because it feels like it's meant to be one of those spoofs, but it feels like it's going to be better than any slapstick, that scary movie that have brought out. But it's all about, essentially, group of, yes, as you saw, black people going off on a reunion, and they start to question, you went for a cabin in the woods? Like, why is that a thing? And then you've got this video that then comes out, and it's a bit like Saw. And it's like, so, as you know, the black guy always dies first in the movie. Now, which out of you will die first? You have to prove who's the blackest. And it's some stupidness.
Okay, I have seen the trailer for this.
Right, you see where I'm going. And it sounds stupid, but me who doesn't really appreciate horror and know the way, and it's not to be racist, but you know how your community reacts to certain things. Like, I don't do horror. You know how people act like, that's just so stupid. Yeah, why is the white girl running? Like, you have all of these dumb shit that comes out, and it's that. And then they start to go like, who's the least black of the group? And it was like this person who was like, you can't vote for me. And they're like, why? And it's like, I'm gay. And like, damn, good escape. And this person's like, I'm not this. And they're like, why? I voted for Trump. And I'm like, twice. And they're like, oh my God. And it sounds stupid as hell, but funny as hell at the same time. I'm not expecting it to be the world's greatest movie. I might be coming out completely disappointed by it. But there was something that the more I watched the trailer, the more I was like, you've got me. So with that, the blackening made it onto my list.
I will see this. I'm not going to lie. Because I am going to see this and probably see it in the cinema just to send the studios the message that please bring the spoof genre back.
Yeah. And
it's been dead. It's been dead for long enough now. I want spoof genre to come back. Billy Mount just sent shivers down my spine. It's directed by the guy who did Ride Along.
See, the first bit that Billy mentioned was, it sounds like a Wayne spoof.
Right.
The more it is, it really does sound like it. And it did put me off. And these are the stuff, by the way, Gavin, I appreciate you so much, because I think I'm about half an hour in as well. And I'm like, it's not working, but everybody's telling me it's good. It bugs me. But yeah, so the blackening being done by the guy who done Ride Along, I cannot do Ride Along. I didn't even attempt number 2. I couldn't finish number 1.
We reviewed Ride Along 2 back in the day, didn't we?
You did.
Yeah,
you did.
That sucked. I think I gave it a 3 out of 10.
Generous, I'm guessing, because
yeah, feeling in a good mood. I think I was in a good mood that day. It didn't get Turtles treatment, I can tell you that for a fact. Ooh, doggy. Ooh, doggy.
I still maintain I had fun with that, but Along.
I don't know what you smoking, even though you don't smoke. Like, what the fuck? Like, that movie was so bad. Oh my God. Oh, we need to dig up some of those old joint reviews. You know, they were a laugh.
Yeah. There have been some fun along the way. There was some fun stuff that happened along the way. Like, it'll be interesting, guys. Just be aware that this is a catalog that's here. Okay, there's a catalog. It
really is. Yeah. There's an archive playlist. It's full.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This channel will be a time capsule one day. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Billy doesn't like my idea of bringing back comedies, but things with Mel Brooks and like Barbershop. It's like, yeah, but bro, what about the Carry On movies? What about the Monty Pythons? Good slapstick. Daddy Goo has an echo, and I don't know why.
Sorry, this film has no right being listed as a comedy, and this is so for anyone on Pod Squad. This is Taxi with Queen Latifah. I'm not sure if I had seen this film with any other title would I have appreciated it more. However, I implore anybody who thinks Taxi is good to go and see the original French film, whether you have to watch it in French, dubbed, subbed. You will see that film destroys absolutely anything that they tried to do. Like, it's the most horrendous version of a remake I have ever seen in my life. It just didn't acknowledge or honor the film. Yes, there was a point where there's the infatuation with the hot foreigner, but it was in such a different way to what this film done. It was just terrible. And I'm a person who actually is, I quite enjoy a Queen Latifah film. This was a heap. Oh my God. Steaming. Right. He did both the Fantastic Four movies and
Barbie. Right. Warning, Ride Along in Fantastic Four. Big warning. Big warning there, mate.
Yeah, sorry. I'm on point with you now. Yeah. Sorry, I'm on point with you now. Barbershop was watchable. Not great moot comedies, but that. Mel Brooks, as I always say, one of my favorite comedies is History of the World Part 1. Anyone has a chance to watch that?
Bro, Dracula Dead and Loving It. I love that shit.
Yeah, you know. That I'm scared to rewatch, you know. I'm very scared to
Dracula
rewatch
Dead and Loving It. Oh, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. It's like
Leslie Nielsen films. I feel that
Oh.
now that I'm older, I don't like Naked Gun. It just
Spy Hard, bro. Come on,
bro. Watch it again and come back to me.
So bad. That's the point.
Anyway. Sometimes.
Oh, dearie me. Very, very funny. All right, cool. My number 10. So I had a Pixar movie on my list, and it got bumped off to make room for this. The trailer for this came out today. I wasn't a particularly big fan of the first movie. It promised to be a lot stupider than it was the first movie. And then it came out and it was just like what should have been an absolutely obnoxious balls to the wall cocaine bubblegum infused journey turned out to be a bit cookie cutter generic, right? But they made a trailer for a second one. And it is so fucking ridiculous, this trailer, that I'm like, did you learn a lesson? I'm going to put you at 10 because I'm giving you a chance.
What are we talking about?
The Meg Part 2.
Oh, fucking hell. I did see you post that. And I must admit, I've not seen number 1, so I can't make this anticipated for number.
Look at this image. I didn't
watch
even
it. I am watching.
What does this remind you of? Movie quiz knowledge now. Come on, it's not hard.
There's a part of us that's always going to say Jaws, isn't it? Like, you're going to get a Jaws moment.
It's literally the scene from Jaws before Quint gets bitten in half.
Yeah.
Jason Statham has got his fucking feet on the mouth of a megalodon. I'm sorry. The movie in that scene, in that frame, has shown me, oh, we are aware of what the fuck we're doing now. I'm like, okay. I was like, for 2/3 of the trailer, I was like, oh, this is dumb. This is going to be really bad. I'm not going to see this. And then the last kind of 45 seconds of the trailer kicked in, and I was like, so fucking seeing this. Like, dude, it's so dumb. Like, between the fucking, that scene I just showed you, Pod Squad, my apologies, go and watch it on our YouTube channel, between a girl in like one of their underwater layers doing a selfie with a Meg behind her, tapping the glass and going, look, it's Meg proof. And then the Meg bursting through it. I was like, yes. Yes. It's so hard, yes. I'm like, fuck yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Dude,
no.
Let the record show this is not going to be good. But it will make
money, though. It will make money.
It will. But I would like from this movie what I thought Cocaine Bear failed to deliver. Cocaine Bear was a lot like the Meg 1. The premise was fantastically ridiculous, but it didn't deliver the ridiculousness.
Yeah.
There was one really good scene in Cocaine Bear where the bear's chasing down an ambulance. That was fucking awesome. If the whole movie had been like that, winner, chicken dinner, top 10 of the year, no doubt. I got 3 minutes of that. And then it was back to old man Ray and fucking young man Ice Cube talking gangster to each other in the forest. And I'm like, where's the bear? Where's the fucking bear? Like, I don't care about these characters. These characters are literally made to be mauled on. Why is there not mauling going on? And the Meg was guilty of the same. This, when I saw an influencer get fucking megged, yeah, fuck yeah, it's all of me. And now my number 9, equally stupid, but it's a franchise I fucking love, and I'm going to see it as I think it's next week or the week after.
Can I guess?
You're my brother.
Can I take a guess?
Yes, you're fucking right. It's Fast 10. Of course, it's Fast 10. I mean, oh. The good thing about this poster that I've got up now is that you can see Jason Statham there. Now that affirms to me that there will not be a Hobbs and Shaw part 2, because there's no fucking way The Rock's working with Jason after he's gone back to that franchise after him announcing his online major beef with Vin Diesel. Like, those two boys do not get along.
No,
And the fact that Jason's gone back to the wishing well, yeah, we're not getting a Hobbs and Shaw part 2, which makes me go, yes, happy days. Happy days, because of all of the movies, that one I hated, and all of the others, for all of their faults, I love them in varying degrees of love. I appreciate that where basically the first fucking Fast and Furious was a carbon fucking copy of Point Break, like carbon copy of Point Break, just with cars. By the time we get to 4 and they're like, no, fuck all of this. We're going to race cars. No, fuck all that. Let's go steal vaults. Let's go steal some shit. It's like, yes, make this a heist franchise and make it oh so fucking ridiculous. Make laws of physics not count. Yeah, the Fast and Furious movie is so stupid. I bet they even go out to space at some point. Ha ha ha. Internet online meme. Fast 9. Yo, we should go to space. Fucking A. And what are you going to do now? You're going to put Jason Momoa in this as the villain. Yes, please. Like, sold like a motherfucker.
Look, I know what's coming, so I take this with a grain of thought. What I'm saying, I'm very much waiting for Fast and Furious to get to 11, which they said would be the last, and then complete it. Do you know what I mean? I'm at a point where I kind of enjoyed the first 2, didn't have much love for number 3. 4, I was like, okay, this is different, and then I can take it. It gets too crazy for me. So I'm kind of in a mixed territory when it comes to the Fast franchise. But yeah, I excited, no. But will I watch it? I have to.
I'm going to read you Billy Mount's question now, and I'd like you to answer it, because otherwise it'll seem like I'm being too biased. Nico and AJ, do you think John Cena is likable in general?
So this is Nico's favorite human, if I'm not mistaken. John Cena likable in general. John Cena is a weird one. Now the answer is directly yes, but I'm gonna put it in a way that I understand it's difficult for a non-wrestling fan to see who John Cena is, because they're not so much aware. He's not as present as The Rock is in social media, and
he's not a whore.
Whichever way you want to call it, I still got a lot of love for Dwayne.
I'm sorry, try and go on The Rock's fucking Instagram account and see him not whoring his fucking shit Terramana tequila. I've tried it. It tastes like ass. It's shit.
But he's a businessman. He made you buy it because of the.
I didn't buy it. Are you joking?
But you still bought it for the taste. But what do you get? What I'm saying? It's there.
I wanted to see what his hype was about.
Of course, but this is what I'm saying. It makes you do it. Under Armour, he's weaved his way in there with them. He knows what he's doing left, right.
Oh yeah, and $180 for a singlet. The Rock's a whore, bro.
Of course he is.
The Rock is the whore of whores.
Of course.
Fucking Stormy Daniels is going, fucking hell, Trump would have paid you a lot more than he paid me.
I get that. But that's not the point I'm getting at. I'm just saying, when you talk of the wrestlers who are making it in Hollywood, there is one clear winner based on public perception. However, John Cena as an individual, yes, he is more than just you can't see me. There is a lot to be seen by this guy. Let's take the previous WrestleMania just gone. I don't care. There are many people I call my favorite wrestler. There are many entrances I thought would be cool. There is one that is a joint first for me, and it happened on night 2. However, what John Cena done, John Cena is the man who has done the most Make-A-Wish, granted the most Make-A-Wish Foundation wishes ever. It's on record. He goes out for these kids time and time again. And at WrestleMania, he took the chance to bring a group of Make-A-Wish kids out as his entrance. It wasn't about fancy cars. It wasn't about this, that, and the other.
It wasn't about tequila.
If you are a wrestling fan and you've got the chance to meet John Cena, that's a wow. For anyone who's unfamiliar, and I'm sure most people would be just because the name is iconic in pop culture, WrestleMania is like the World Cup of wrestling.
It's the Super Bowl,
the biggest event in wrestling by all means. It's Super Bowl for wrestling. And if you know who John Cena is because he's a wrestler and he's put on the stage to open WrestleMania. That is the most heartfelt thing any individual could ever do. And with that, sorry, I'm gone into a bit of a tangent to it, but I could never hate life for it. It will forever be my number one entrance for WrestleMania. I don't care how cool I've had Arnold Schwarzenegger do stuff and mention stuff, and people come out like the freaking Terminator. It means nothing now. They could all be cool, but they will always be second to John Cena's doing what he did for Make-A-Wish kids. It is what it is.
John
Awesome
Cena is the greatest human being on the planet. I am so scared with what cancel culture does of going to dig up tweets from fucking 50 years ago, even though Twitter didn't exist then, but going to dig up tweets from ages ago and then being like, look what he said in this time where it was okay to say it, and we're looking at it through the lens of 20 years on. It's like, okay. AJ and I said some outlandish shit in school that we wouldn't get away with now. You're going to cancel us?
And I think you take the rapper character, you will find some really offensive John Cena stuff. It was part of the era. But I think one thing about him, he has been very, very business-minded throughout. And, thankfully at the time that these social medias came out, he knew what he was doing, and he was always been about the fans. And I think for that, hopefully there won't be cancel culture short of, oh my God, he said blow me.
Oh, I'm sure we're going to get to a point where you're not even allowed to say blow me anymore.
Oh, listen, it's that. The stuff he said to Lita, the stuff he said to half the people. He told Eddie Guerrero, he's not a Mexican. He's a Mexican. He ain't a citizen. You're like, leave it. It was a rap.
Eddie Guerrero, you want a shot at the great one, but there's only one problem. You did not tell him if you were Cheech or if you were Chong. That was The Rock.
There you go. There you go.
Lita's a slut. Don't let her fool you. Just shaking her hand, I get gonorrhea. That was John Cena. Oh, but women's right.
Anyway.
Gonorrhea. Yeah. Fucking hell, I love it. Billy, I love all the questions, mate. We'll maybe have to answer these in a later episode, but we got to stay on track for this one. Dude, my number 8, I kind of referenced this already, but in a different format. But this came out of nowhere, and I was like, boom, let's do it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I saw a poster and I was like, huh? But I must admit, I forgot to click the link. I forgot to click the link to the thumbnail to know if it's worth it. So I left it.
Bro, I don't know if it's like the Nickelodeon style 3D animation they're going for. I don't know if it's the old school 2D hand-drawn animation. I don't even know if it's live action. All I know is that that's my childhood right there. And we are talking summer blockbusters. We're not going for Oscar bait. We're not talking about movies that are necessarily, some may, but are not necessarily going to change your life or leave a mark. They're going to give you 90 minutes to 120 minutes of good popcorn fun.
Yeah.
Turtles is a franchise that we both love.
Indeed.
All of its flaws, we still love it.
It looks like the Nickelodeon-esque. From the thumbnail I saw, it looked like that, but I couldn't tell you more.
Sign me up. I actually thought that TMNT movie that came out, I think it was in 2009. No, it could be early.
Surprisingly really good.
It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the fact that for once they didn't use Shredder as the villain, I was like, cool, you got me.
Yeah.
Got me. But yeah, listen, the Michael Bay movies, even though people he didn't direct them, he fucking produced them, and they smelled of Bay. Like if you go into a fucking like high school boys' locker room, you smell the Lynx. You look at a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, you smell the Bay.
For anyone not familiar with Lynx, in America it's known as Axe.
Axe, sorry, yes.
But it's Lynx. It's the Lynx effect over here, but it's Axe over there. Like,
don't wear Axe, it's gross.
Do you know I saw a poster the other day at bus stop, and I was like, I used to buy the shit out of you. I don't even look at that anymore.
Bro, cookies and leather? What is wrong with you? If you wear an odor that is labeled cookies and leather, have a fucking sit down and have a chat with yourself and pour yourself a long cup of tea. Yeah? Have a think about some life choices. No one should wear fucking perfume or body spray or fucking anything for that matter where the odor is labeled cookies and leather. Come on.
Yeah, but you know that someone's thinking that's the laying tactic. Like it sounds very much that way, doesn't it? But it's no.
Women don't like chavvy smells.
I didn't say they do. I said it's the
I'm not
name.
saying you said they do. I'm addressing I'm addressing those who would defend cookies and leather. It's chavvy. Don't be chavvy. Be sexy. Locker rooms and Christmas Day. Lynx Africa.
You know what's pretty funny though? I don't know how Lynx Africa has become the top. Like, when there was all the different fragrances.
It was the only one I actually used at one point was Lynx Africa, and then
I'd have to go through the list of them, but for some reason, Africa has become that one. And I remember when Africa came out, went for it, and I was like, it's all right, but it wasn't the top one. But Africa has lasted.
Has any Lynx odor ever made you? Why the fuck are we talking about this shit? Has any Lynx odor ever made you go anything more than it's all right? No.
At the time when you were comparing, you had your go-to one. It just Africa wasn't mine. Yet Africa is the one that goes beyond. I don't know how or why. That's all I'm saying. I have, as I said, long left Lynx behind, but just wasn't impressed by Africa. The spray, not the
this is Africa. Waka waka. Eh. Wasn't impressed by Africa.
Followed by the Umbongo commercial. But we're not going there. We are not going there right now.
Umbongo, the tiki tiki tango. I can't believe that shit got brought up the other night. What a throwback that was. Fucking Umbongo. Comment down below if you remember this. Umbongo. Like, now you gotta be a 90s kid or an 80s kid to remember that shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh god. And even then I had to fucking scratch my head. It wasn't until Den and Leon started singing the track I was like, tiki tiki Congo. Oh shit. God almighty,
Right.
that's funny. My number 8. Yeah, okay. Turtles. Yeah, very cool. Your number 7.
Yeah, so it's the one that was your number 10 that got pushed on the back burner.
Okay.
I'm guessing Elemental, right?
Yeah.
Listen, would it have been higher or would it have been lower had it not been for films that I'm like just ticking off on a box? Probably. How can I say this? It doesn't seem groundbreaking Pixar, but it also has the quirks that appeal to me. Something that gives me slight hints of Inside Out. Something that also gives me, I can't remember what it's not a Pixar, I think it's a DreamWorks movie, but it's the one that's got the Easter Bunny, Santa, Jack Frost and all of that. I like to see when different elements cross and meet in a weird way. It's just something about me in those universes. It's always been my jam. So to see something where hot and cold and are meeting each other, it seemed fun. I'm hoping to enjoy the experience. I also had a slight hint, I don't know why, of Zootopia / Zootropolis to it, like in a different world. It's a design element, so it's sweet. It's something that made me feel like I'll give you a shot.
Listen, I'm with you. I definitely got Inside Out vibes from this. I'm the guy who still thinks, despite some recent mishaps, that Pixar remains the greatest studio on the planet. But of the last 4 movies, they're batting at 50% for me. Lightyear, I thought was fucking excellent. Turning Red, I thought was brutally underrated and underappreciated. I thought that was really cool, Turning Red. Luca, I had no time for. Couldn't give a shit about
Luca.
it.
Sadly haven't seen Turning Red, but I've heard it's good.
And Soul, I actually turned off.
I remember Soul just dragging. I just felt it dragged to eternity. I was really disappointed with Soul.
I don't Pixar focus so much on like the real human characters, with the exception of Inside Out. But again, most of that is not a human character. It's happening inside a human character's head. Coco's a good example of when they get it right, but Soul did not work for me, dude.
It didn't work for me. I really didn't enjoy Soul. I've said it on the record. I remember that day, without going into too much of a tangent, but I remember that day it was Soul or Wonder Woman 84. Both were out and they were available, if you know what I mean. And it was a Christmas family gathering and what have you. And I remember putting on Wonder Woman, saw the Olympics, and that seemed cool. The minute she was in the real world, everyone just felt really flat by it, and we're like, okay, let's go for Soul, or we'd put Soul on first, and some were like, cool. I didn't, and what I hate about Soul is what gives it praise. Is people like, look at the authenticity, the way they were shaving a black man's head. Like, look at the way they gave that feel. And it's like, yes, that's technology. It doesn't make the film good. Like,
Yeah.
it's there was detail. Yes, there's caring for detail, but maybe put a bit of detail into the story as well. And then I might give a shit. No.
Gavin Mann says, I love how we're polar opposites on recent Pixar films. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Gavin Mann.
By that token.
What's that?
I said, if it's polar opposites, that means Gavin didn't really enjoy
Lightyear or Turning Red. Yeah. Gavin says, looking forward to Elemental and hoping it's returned to form for Disney. Same director who did The Good Dinosaur. Okay. That gives me hope. I really enjoyed The Good Dinosaur. I thought The Good Dinosaur
feels like a different story, though. It feels like a different story, which I'm
Oh, yeah. It feels way closer to Inside Out. Like, you're quite right. Your number 6.
Right, my number 6. Where are we? Don't hate me. I've seen the trailer, and I not even the poster. I don't even know if I've got as far as trailer. But
what are you going to do to me, AJ?
You know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do. It may be on your list. It may not be. But I actually was like, I'm going to see this, and I'm not going to lie.
Getting ready to say
the Barbie movie. I swear to you,
Why?
It was one that the missus saw, and she was like, "We're going to see." I think it's going to be cheesy as hell. I appreciate the 2 actors that's in it, and I think I'm going to have weird, stupid fun out of it. I don't think it's going to be great.
Which 2? Margot and Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Simu Liu, aka Shang-Chi. He's also the other Ken.
Didn't know that far. As I said, I've just about seen a poster. But it's something that I feel...
Have you seen the trailers?
I don't think I have.
Okay, I forgive you. That's why that poster's up there.
I don't know if I have. No, I don't think I have. I've just seen this hype that it's there, and the missus was like, "Oh, they're making a Barbie movie." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll go see it." And like it's genuinely been something like, it's going to be stupid. It's not going to be great, but it's probably going to be better told than they would have done if it was done 10 years ago. But then I could be very wrong. That's what
they had a Barbie movie. There was a Barbie movie 10 years ago.
No, I said had they created it. Like, I feel like this is a time where they would get it right. I feel like the narrative might not. How can you do a Barbie movie with the correct, perfect narrative? No, but there's something about it. I said it should be fun, but
I'm not seeing this one in the cinema.
Okay. I don't blame you.
Listen, unless someone comes back and goes, no, don't let the subject matter, and least of all, don't let the trailers put you off. This is actually a certified movie. Like, I need a number of people that I trust coming to me saying that. If fucking John Campier goes and says, Barbie's really good, or some knob jockey like John Roker says it, like, oh, Barbie's really good.
Especially when you're talking about the Barbie movie. Jockey, that kind of jockey.
Fuck off with that.
I'm just telling you, you've got to be careful with the word.
If people want to read it that way, they can. But like,
I'm just saying, in overall, that is an offensive term. One, especially when you associate it with that, it could be emphasized in that. I'm just
okay. Twat. How about that? Twat.
Yeah,
twat.
we could do that.
Could we do that? John Roker's a twat.
Yeah.
Stole our show idea. Haha. Where's he now? Show's ended. Yeah. Someone who isn't a virtue signaling influencer would need to come to me on this and be like, let me know. Ibrahim, there you go. You I'll trust.
There we go.
Gavin, man, I can see Barbie being hit or miss. No in between. Happy for this to be brought up at a later date if I'm wrong. Yeah, hell yeah.
I think you're going to be right, though. It's going to either work or won't.
They know what they're doing. Young girls rule the world, and for every child movie you make, you automatically sell 2 tickets instead of 1 because someone's going with mommy and daddy. Sometimes you sell 3 for the price of 1. So this movie will make money, no doubt. Marcus Van Grover says favorite Pixar movie will always be Up. Fantastic choice. Not mine, but fantastic choice. Right, so that was your 6. Yeah, go watch the trailer and then we can talk. But that was your 6. Okay, so my 7.
I bring back Blackberry, but yeah.
My 7 was the pun from earlier. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. What? Why is it so low? 2 reasons. 3 reasons.
Why is it so high?
Well, there's that. 3 reasons actually. James Mangold, the director, this is going to be highly unpopular to say, is a hit and miss director for me. For me, Ford versus Ferrari, I adored. Fantastic film. Logan, could not give 2 shits about. Like, where people get off in saying Logan is in the same pedigree as The Dark Knight, as one of the greatest comic book movies ever made, I'm sorry, you have lost me so hard that there's legitimately no point in carrying on the conversation, because we're never going to come close to having any type of similarity or agreement in this, so we just leave it, yeah? So James Mangold, his style for me is hit and miss. It works, so when it works well, but it doesn't always work. 2, the fourth one. Ooh. And leading me very nicely into what? The fourth movie. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Bad. Now, do I believe this could be a return to form? Yes, most definitely. But having seen the trailer, not impressed. The only thing that got my blood pumping a little bit was that da 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 da, you know, the music, and then seeing the font in the Indiana Jones title. Of course, that got me excited. But that trailer looks so much like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in the way it was shot. I'm like, I've got naught to be excited for here other than hope.
So you and I are very much one thing that, without by proxy, both of us really appreciated The Last Crusade as our favorite.
100%. The best Indiana Jones movie.
As you said, that 4 was nothing exciting. And let's be honest, it's weird how you can get excited for Harrison Ford as Han Solo, but the fact that he's going to be Indiana Jones doesn't. Like, it's not returning character, because long live Harrison Ford. I really don't want to hear the bad news that we don't have a Harrison Ford on this planet anymore.
It's getting close.
But yeah, more than anything, this isn't the character. You can't be. There's something about being. You can get away with being Han Solo a lot more than you can being Indiana Jones. Let's be honest.
Real talk.
You can't. I'm a completionist, and that's why it's number 10, because I will want to see it. I have loved Indiana Jones. Everything that you said, from font to title to music, I'm going to be on it. Even seeing him, I'm going to be like, cool. But it comes a bit like when you see the last part of Rambo, you're like, I love you, but stop.
I like the last Rambo movie.
No, I get it. But you let's be honest, he's still younger than Harrison. Like, there comes a point where you're going to be like, where are we going with this? And I get it that we tried to introduce someone who could be Indy's son, and the world didn't take to it too greatly, even though the guy's a great actor. But then we bring back Indy. I get it. But then maybe we should just, and it's just a way to close the chapter. And if it's that, it's that. But I just feel some stuff need to be left alone. And that's why I'm pretty much on the same bandwagon as you. It hasn't rocked my world, but I'll do it because it's Indiana.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you've seen the trailers for this one.
I can't even bring myself to watch it.
All right. No, because I just wanted your opinion about whether you agreed if it gave you Kingdom of the Crystal Skull vibes. Not in terms of the story or anything, but the way it was shot. It, that kind of overexposed glare that they're doing in modern movies now. It looked so much like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I was like, oh God, no.
Gavin, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to putting my hand up that, yes, the Barbie movie, because honestly, as stupid as it is and as cheesemongerish as it is, I'm not going to deny anything that I've said there. But the Indiana Jones film, I just don't believe it should be made. Barbie will be what you expect Barbie to be. It's like, I didn't want to at the time, but I knew exactly what I was walking into when I went to this Girls movie, and it was my sister's pick, and the whole family went to see it. So it's, as you said, it's bums on seats. The whole family will go because a kid wants to watch it, and that's exactly what Barbie's going to be. Jesus coming out of that. The greatness of Indiana Jones, and to see it slowly decay because you're not letting a franchise die, is a sin. Take Terminator. Take Terminator. Yeah. Take The Matrix. Like, there are sometimes just let it be.
Let it be. I don't even think Indy's one of those franchises that needs a remake or a relaunch or anything. Just let it be. It's done. It's had its time.
But
And it was good.
even if you did remake, I think I'd take it on more than having the same man try to carry the mantelpiece. It's just not right.
He's old now, man. Like, he's old. It's
Yeah.
And it'll be like The Irishman, you know. Like, I know they use de-aging tech on De Niro, but the way he was moving and stuff, I was like, I can still tell that's an old man.
And this one, he is going to be an old man. He was the potential father in the one. Like it's there, and his son was not young. Do you know what I mean? We know where we're going with. No.
Yeah. All right. My number 6. I reckon you won't have heard of this one. The premise.
Yeah, we're all good, Gavin. I'm just letting the commenters know we're all good. Don't worry. Just ignoring Gavin. We're good. Yeah. Go, bro.
My number 6. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. What is this, right, AJ? What is this?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So already
I'm
I
not
can
gonna lie.
tell.
Even when the poster came up, I thought I read Demeter. I thought it was like Harry Potter spread off.
Not no, Demeter. So as I'm watching this, so that monster you saw on the poster is a vampire. Okay.
Yeah.
The first 2/3 of this trailer seem like a really interesting period piece. So Liam Cunningham's in it, and the guy who played Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton is in it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's like Liam Cunningham looks like a captain. The kid, I should know his name, but the kid from Straight Outta Compton looks like a bosun, and they've got this very interesting dynamic going on between them. And they're like, okay, so we're voyaging from an unnamed destination to England. Then I'm thinking, why do I know this name Demeter? Because it was ringing in my head. Like, why do I know the name Demeter? And then a body appears. This is all in the trailer. A body appears in the trailer. And then something swishes by. And I'm like, is this a vampire movie? I'm getting vampire vibes from it. And then like a fucking bolt of lightning, it struck me. It absolutely struck me. Thank you. Corey Hawkins is the Dre actor. Appreciate that. The Demeter was the name of the ship that took Dracula from Transylvania to England. So they've taken one fucking chapter from Bram Stoker's Dracula and just built on it, knowing where this is all going to end. All of them fucked. The Demeter was in the Francis Ford Coppola movie, which I am an unabashed defender of. I love that Dracula movie with Gary Oldman. It's cool, isn't it? And like, I'm kind of into this idea of, where you already know what the fate of the characters is going to be. Like Rogue One.
Rogue One, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally Rogue One. And it's like, do you know what? If you're going to give me something that's engaging enough and you're able to subvert my expectations despite my knowing the ending, and you're able to take a passage of the book and a passage of Coppola's old movie, which was actually legitimately interesting, but never that fleshed out, I am fucking on board, mate. Because all we see of the Demeter in Coppola's movie is the flags get splattered with blood, and then the ship arrives out of the fog, and then it goes into Dracula mode, like Dracula vision, where he's in the fucking bat mode and flying around London towards Mina's house. What the fuck happens between Romania and the UK? Yeah, boy, I am interested.
Really cool. That is, yeah, that's a win. That's
right.
I like
and it's a vampire movie, so you're automatically sold anyway.
In the words of Jim Carrey, I like it a lot.
Yeah, but man, The Last Voyage of the Demeter. That's really one. It came out of fucking nowhere. I just got this random YouTube notification, new trailer up. Last Voyage of the Demeter. The name, as I said, caught me. I'm like, Demeter. What am I thinking here? Demeter. And it was, it's one of those when you've got like a name on the tip of your tongue and you're like, it's driving me crazy. What the fuck is it? Fuck it. Normally, with a title like that, I wouldn't even watch the trailer, but it's let me check it out. Oh,
This is nice.
Oh, I'm very happy I gave this 3 minutes.
I'm happy you gave it a shot because, yeah, that's
And it is
cool.
out. Let me get the date up because it's not far away. Obviously, it's summer, but it is out. Oh fuck! Did I? No. Movies of the year. That's what I'm looking forward. No, it's still a while away. Okay, August 11th.
Oh, that's my bro's birthday.
August 11th. Last Voyage of the Demeter. That's my number 6. Your number 5, please, AJ.
Okay, I hope your finger is on the punt. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Are you insane?
I knew it. I knew it. I'm going to be a bit of an asshole right now.
What is wrong with you?
I'm going to be a bit of an asshole now. Skeptician. Just thought I'd put that in your head because I don't want to be the only one having it in my head.
What?
The Skepticism.
Which one? Oh, fuck.
Over to you.
In disguise. You're an asshole.
Perfect earworm, right? Perfect earworm.
Man, damn in disguise. You're an ass. Oh, you dickhead. All right, you're such a cunt. That's actually stuck. My number 5. I think you may say punt to this because I'm pretty sure we both love this guy. I mean, you share a birthday with him. Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
My friend, yes, it's a minor punt. It's a minor punt. Yeah.
Your number 4?
Okay, in at number 4 for me. I'm guessing it might be another punt as well. Actually, what's coming up next for you? Spider-Man: Across the Spider-Verse.
That is also my number 4.
There we go. There we go. I mean,
look at this image I've got, by the way. Look at the suit on the right.
That's the game.
Yeah, boy.
That's the game.
That's the game.
That's the game.
That's the game.
Oh, I'm shivering. I am actually. Oh. Sorry, guys. Yeah. 3 things are sure in life, and my God, I had to bring it back. Ooh, that's cool.
I mean, we saw the white spider logo
that we don't normally cross.
We've seen it in the movies before, right? Tom Holland has worn the white spider logo, but it was kind of just a little Easter egg. But seeing it like on display like that, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Ooh, that's kind of
I'm
cool.
just imagining how mental do they go with this? Like, are we going to get a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? Are we going to get a Tom Holland in this? Does Tom Hardy show up as Venom? Like,
I mean, in a way, you feel like they're going to have to double down because of the madness that came out with the live-action Spidey. Like, what realm do you do? And you were the Spider-Verse before Spider-Verse became a thing. So now that, you're going across, and if you have gone into game territory, it's only right you go into live-action somehow or another as well. Yeah. So it could be all kinds of cool. I must say, and this is one of the weird things about me, it took me a while to get into the Spider-Verse. I remember
really?
I was the time when I was chronically falling asleep at its worst. So I'd watch it, it was cool, but I didn't watch it. I didn't finish it. When I really sat down, I was like, this is a really good film. Like, I caught the peaks of it before, but when I caught it for an actual whole story as well, I was really taken in by it. And then seeing the trailer for this one, I was like, yeah, you guys are, again, doubling down. And, it's one of those things that in a world where, we will be discussing universes again shortly, but where universes are a thing and, time travel and this kind of travel can go wrong. It can go wrong. You can see these multiverses go wrong. Doctor Strange is looking at you. Sorry. It was fun, but it wasn't best in terms of multiverse.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Same thing for me.
But No Way Home had the excitement buzz for people. That's the thing. Like, as much as it could be like you could have done better, it gave people what they needed.
That story was so stupid.
It was very much fan service. But when you look at and the hype that it caused, and then you've had Doctor Strange is good as a horror, but from the purpose of Multiverse of Madness, it was very, very weak, and that's what's disappointing with it.
Didn't work.
And that's the thing. However, I feel this film will get it right. I feel they will get it right, and people will come out very much excited about it. It's Sony's golden gem there, if I'm honest.
No, it is. For me, it's tied as the best Spider-Man movie ever made, Into the Spider-Verse. I love that film.
It's cool. It is really cool.
It's so cool. And I can't wait to hear the soundtrack too. I cannot wait to hear the soundtrack. That motherfucker's too talented,
We're talking
Gambino.
Yeah.
He's too talented. It's actually not fair.
It's one of those second coming of Jamie Foxx kind of thing, that he just does it all.
Oh, I think he smacks the shit out of Jamie Foxx, to be honest.
I've got a lot of respect for Jamie. Like, I can't lie. Jamie does his thing.
I don't think Big Tone in the zone. How you doing, fellas and ladies? Yes, Big Tone. My man's here. Missed a lot of show, but you're here. That's good.
He had Spider-Man and he came right in. Like,
let me just give him my number 6. Big Tone, while you're here, not that I'm advocating you leave, but have you heard of this movie, The Last Voyage of the Demeter? If not, go and watch the trailer after you finished watching this. It's good. And Mixed Memorabilia is here too. Hello, guys. Hello, Mixed Memorabilia. So, yeah, that was our joint number 4. Your number 3, please, AJ.
My number 3. So it was The Minor Punt.
Okay.
Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. Now, had it not been... Are we allowed to use the C word now?
What, cunt?
No, the global one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What am I meant to think?
You're natural in that. It's right. Had it not been for COVID, I very much would have stopped at Mission Impossible 2. I kept catching what I thought was the end of Mission Impossible 3, only to find out that the end and the beginning are the same thing.
Right.
And being in lockdown and just locked up in a room in my parents' house, I banged out the movies. I went from 1 to wherever we are. I had a whale of a time. And I've appreciated that we share birthdays, but we do not share the same psychiatrist, because that man is a psychopath and I love him for it. Tom Cruise is an absolute nutter of a film, and Tom, do not change who you are for nobody. I mean it. I just love everything he does. And by the way, I had an online course today which just stopped me from finding out when we're going to do Top Gun, so I'll be doing that very soon. That's going to be a 4D thing. But yeah, I'm just all over it.
You have to love Tom Cruise's shtick. I don't care about his political views or about his religious beliefs. He can be as kooky as he wants for all I care. He is an entertainer first and foremost. The fact that man did put himself through what he put himself through in Top Gun Maverick, like, he gets a pass for life, man. Like, listen, more or less.
Within reason.
Listen, if I found out that Tom Cruise is fucking and killing kids, he's dead to me, obviously. But like, for now, he gets a pass. Scientology and all, he gets a pass.
Listen, if you have a belief that doesn't... Okay, and I'm going to put this out there because there are...
fucking damaging.
Listen, if you... Damaging who, though? If your beliefs are weird...
It's enabling my belief system grounded on absolutely nothing is okay and you should accept it. And you know I'm right.
But every form of religion can be deemed as...
No. I believe Scientology marked the start of feelings matter more than fact.
I mean, I don't know the full ins and outs. I'm not one to say I agree a woman's not allowed to make noise during birth. However, she also signed up to this. Do you get what I'm saying? When he was about to go in and say, I'm about to procreate, I hope you're aware that I believe you're not allowed to make noise. She still kept them legs open. Maybe she found out later and thought, fuck. But like, it is what it is. Like, there are certain... Listen, every religion has a quirk. There are religions where women are not allowed to reveal their hair. Others, they're not allowed to reveal their faces. There are stuff that I'm not going to advocate. Every religion has a positive and negative side to it. I also appreciate what you're saying. When the rise of Scientology came, so did there was a lot of stuff I heard about the Smiths that I was like, no. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie, it was when they were like, when Scientologists, but we respect it. I was like, y'all kooky than the Addams family right now. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I can't. No one comes into my yard and tells me how to run my life. I'm gonna respect you and yours, just as long as we can meet in the middle outside. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah,
you know.
That's
I've never
calm.
heard of a
That's very good.
Scientologist going to blow up a building because no one agreed with him.
Oh, I could add something here.
Don't, because I'm not putting that to any religion. I just left it where it was.
Not religion. Trying to rewrite. Oh, I'm gonna get. No, I won't. I'll get in too much trouble. It'll come back to bite me.
Just end broadcast, then we'll talk. But
No, private message.
Okay, but yeah, that's the point I'm going on. As long as your religion or belief doesn't impact on others, I'm good for it. However, I'm also aware that my worst will come back to bite my ass for that.
It's a private message for you, AJ. You can react and tell me how bad that is.
Yeah.
Don't say it, right?
Tell JK that I'm still rolling. Tell Russell on the break.
Shout out to Tiny Temper.
Yeah, okay, and we move on. But yes,
what song was that from again?
Crazy.
Which song was that?
I know I can. I don't even have the name of the song, you know. It's a banger of a track, though.
It is a banger of a track.
I know it says Go Low. I don't think it's called Go Low, though.
Now go low. It's not Trampoline, is it?
No.
Fuck it.
Girls Like. It's called Girls Like.
Of course, I know what girls.
I literally said it.
Like.
Yeah.
Oh dear, yeah, no, I can't say that, can I? I'll get in trouble for that. Yes. Right. Yeah. Tom Cruise's shtick, I love. I'm actually looking forward to this movie so much that I'm going to go back and watch all of the Mission Impossibles again between now and release, just because I want to be clued up properly on it.
I'm tempted to, but I feel like I'm going to possibly do that with Fast and Furious. Actually, I've done both of those during lockdown. Fuck me. I was out for a while. But yeah. I was out for a while.
The good old days where we had time on our side.
No, this was after. This was when I caught COVID when I was back at work. Do you remember? We went to No Way Home. Next day, boom, 2 lines. That was it. I done Fast and Furious and Mission Impossible.
I mean, that was always gonna fucking happen in that cinema. That thing was packed, boy.
Yeah.
Glad it wasn't.
I remember telling the missus, no, I'm hot because I'm Russian. It's fine. I'm fine. The next one, I'm not fine.
I'm fine. It's not man flu.
Literally that. I remember coming into work and my boss goes, are you all right? I'm like, after a test, I'll let you know. I can't afford to not get paid, but I feel like shit. Yeah. But anyway, we digress.
All right. That was your 3, yeah?
Yes.
All right. My 3, I mean, it shouldn't be called this, and this actor is never going to work again after this, but hey-oh. But I'm excited for it. Flash. The Flashpoint.
I'm going to have to punt you there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Your number 2.
All right. My number 2, I don't know if you've heard about this. I saw it and I was like, you what? And at first I was like, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. Then I realized the content behind it because it's kind of a video game movie. Gran Turismo.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen the trailer for this.
I actually saw the trailer. So I heard of it and I thought, oh, you're making a game about Gran Turismo. A film about Gran Turismo, the game. Like, but we have Gran Turismo. Like, wow. This is actually the story of a kid who bangs out Gran Turismo so much. And he goes to a simulation and they actually turn him into a professional racing driver.
No shit.
Yeah. It seemed absolutely... Honestly, I saw the trailer today and I was like, this is all kind of cool. It's actually really interesting to see Orlando Bloom as well. I've not seen Orlando Bloom in a minute.
Oh shit, Orlando's in it.
He's like the guy who recruits this kid. I'm pretty sure Dijon Honsu's in it as well. I don't know who he is, but the guy who... I'm just about watch Stranger Things, guys, so don't get upset with me.
David Harbour.
David Harbour. The guy who looks after 11, yeah? Is that him? Yeah. He's in it as well, and it just seemed like a tour de force without trying to talk about speed. It really seemed like a really exciting film. Of, this guy's racing professionals, and it was all from like just being a gamer. And again, his dad like, all you've done is game. Like you need to go out there and make something of yourself.
Okay.
Racing champion goes on to become a racing champion. He's taken on actual. I was just like, fuck me, this looks interesting. You know, when biopic mix it with a bit of video game, I was like, I'm all freaking in.
Yeah, biopic is your jam, bro. Like, okay, no, you've sold me. That actually does sound quite interesting. I'll check it out. Sony Studios, PlayStation Studios are on a bit of a fucking tear up at the moment, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, but like, I know it's been ushered in so many times and just done a fucking Tony Hawk style faceplant in the past, but are we about to see an age of video game movies that are actually good?
Bro, this is it. And like this one, I feel if it works, is one that video games can be like, we'll take it, but it's not really a video game movie, but I will take it.
The Last of Us, Tetris, Gran Turismo, God of War is coming. Like, I'm sorry, but
it sounds like winning territory, right?
Watch this space. I'm just saying, if this is successful and God of War is successful, watch this space. Super Mario, that was good.
Well, Mario, I was going to say Mario, but I thought you was more on a Sony thing there. But yeah, either way, it's like, I
mean, Tetris 2 is a Nintendo thing, right? That's the thing, video game movie. Sony are on a tear because they just did The Last of Us, which is amazing. But watch this space. If they go 5 for 5, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of fucking whoring around to try and get game IPs. And there's some big ones that would lend themselves well to story out there. Everyone's saying Zelda, which no. You can't fucking make a game, no matter how good that story is, about a character who doesn't talk. You can't do it. A character who not only doesn't talk, but who has nearly no interactions with people throughout the movie. Like, you'd have to do some silent movie art housery with that to work. You know what two games that would lend themselves really well to movies? Metal Gear Solid and Metroid.
Yes.
Oof.
There's a lot to be in that. And do you know what? As we're talking about the renaissance of video game movies, a bit of a shout out to the post I saw from Den.
Renaissance? Birth, bruv. Ain't no renaissance. Birth.
It's not that it was there and it died. The birth of good cinema movies. Den will put a poster up that said, instead of remaking good films, why not remake bad films that did not meet expectations? And that would be, for the birth of video game movies, the remake of every Uwe Boll video game movie.
I mean, yeah, there's a good story in Blood Rain. There is a good story in Blood Rain.
How does a man hate banger games and create shit movies? Time and time again. But we digress. But yeah, Gran Turismo really did catch my eye.
Tell JK I'm still rolling, you motherfucker. Oh, I hate you so much. That can't between that and Mandem in Disguise. Like, you motherfucker.
All linked as well, coincidentally.
You motherfucker. Oh god. It won't go out my head.
Well, how you get out of your head? Just tell me your number 2. Go.
There you go. Actually, this is a much better tangent than you even realize, because I'm going to talk about this for a while. My number 2 is the punt. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Look,
AJ,
I always knew it was going to be higher for you.
Of course.
It was going to be for me. Let's just be honest. Is this from the same world as the people who made Bumblebee?
Yes.
Exactly. All I can say before we go any further, because I think it's only fair for me to open with this. If you saw a man who has been broken by the Michael Bay franchise like this man has been, who loves this IP as much as this man does, I'm a person who to this day still got confused between Mask and Transformers. They were all the same kind of cartoon to me back in the day, right? That's who I was. But I don't give a shit. It's who it was. From that to a man who walks into a cinema, depending on which way you go.
You enjoyed that moment, didn't you?
And saw Megatron and was nothing more than excited. His childhood had finally been brought to life correctly. That alone, I think, is one of the most golden moments I've ever had in the cinema. It's not Avatar 2, no disrespect, bro.
No, of course it's not. Of course it's not. But that moment when they're on, and what was so fucking, this is good movie making, is when you're focusing on one thing and a sound happens off screen that just puts you from your edge of your seat to go, no. Yes. That point on Cybertron where they are getting bitch slapped and you hear off screen, ravage, eject. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They've put Soundwave and Ravage. It's Ravage. It's like, are you getting away with this? They didn't make him some stupid cunt satellite that shoots cum into the earth, and then there's this fucking one-eyed robot that just goes no, and it's like, oh, so you're a dog, so I'm meant to believe you're Ravage. No. You hear the soundbite from the fucking G1 cartoon, Ravage, eject. It's like, what just happened to me? But listen, I'm making a mistake because I'm allowing myself to be excited for a Transformers movie.
Can I be real?
But this looks like a calculated decision.
This is what are these Transformers called?
No, the Beasts. Beast Wars. Yeah, the Beast. So you've got the Decepticons in this will be called the Predacons. But what they're doing that was really interesting. See, my big worry, huge worry, was that two huge worries. Gonna get nerdy here for a moment. One, they were going to do a repeat of what they did to the Dinobots. One of my favorite things in Transformers lore. Oh my god, they shat the bed with that. They shat the bed so fucking hard with that in the movies. The second thing I was worried about is that they were like, because Bumblebee, let's remember, did not do well at the box office. It didn't. Fact. Because, and people are like, oh, you see, so without Bayard, I'm like, no. Audiences of movies are believers, whether you're aware of it or not. What have you done for me lately? Oh, Bumblebee's coming out. Wait. I saw Transformers 5 recently. No, not making the same mistake twice. And so people didn't see it. So my huge worry was that they would be stupid, dumb ass clowns and be like, doesn't matter that Bumblebee was good. It didn't make money because studios only look at the bottom dollar. Fact. We're going to go back to doing some Michael Bay style Transformers, but we need to mix the formula up because critical response to the last Bay movie wasn't good. We'll bring in the Beasts. And I was like, oh, don't do that, please. Not when you're on something so good.
I remember your fear. I remember your fear of Beast Wars following the Dinobots. This is, again, I'm not so fit in lore. I don't know the bit, but I remember at one point, I think I even recall you saying, do not touch Beast Wars. Something along that line.
Don't. It sucked. Yeah. I know people are like, it's the greatest Transformers ever. How? In what world?
Like, this is the thing. And yet the fact that it has you excited just proves how positive this trailer and universe can be.
So what they've done is actually really fucking interesting because there is some interesting stuff that happens in the Beast Wars cartoon, you know, narratively. I just hated the design of the whole cartoon. They went full like early 3D animation, kind of like bad, and it was so jarring. And it was like a hard relaunch of the Transformers, and now they were all beasts instead of cars. So that put me off too. And I was like, oh, I'll keep watching it. It never clicked for me. What they've done seems to be quite clever. Do you remember my review for Transformers 5? The point where I lose my shit and literally go, Unicron is Earth. Unicron is Earth, you motherfucker. I think I literally grabbed the camera, don't I? And I'm like, listen to me, right?
Yeah.
They've retconned that. They showed Unicron in the trailer. Unicron is from the 1989 animated movie. He eats planets. He's not Earth. He is a planet-eating fucking transformer. Like
Donald's dad. Sorry, couldn't help it.
Bro, ego is the size of one of Unicron's testicles. Let me put that into perspective for you. That's how big Unicron is. And he's in the trailer. Untransformed, but he's got his mouth open and he's about to devour. Like, that's Unicron. That's not just a movie version of Unicron. No. That's Unicron. Her. So they've done something really interesting here where all the shit that I lost my rag about in that review, they've like retconned it and been like, never happened. Ignore. Please ignore. So they've clearly like, please don't hurt me. I'm begging you for all that is good. Optimus Prime, don't hurt me again. Please. I love you. Look at you, a little Optimus Prime. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. But yeah. It looks like they've retconned all the crap. They've brought the Beast Wars to give it something fresh to hopefully bring the audiences back to, look, we're doing something new. So for your average fan, it's like, oh, cool, they're doing something new. And then for the hardcores like me, they're putting in all of the really important Autobots who until now haven't been there. Where the fuck has Mirage been? Where the fuck has Wheeljack been? They're there. I'm like, no. Okay, you got my money. Make it rain. You've got my money. And if it's good, you'll have my money a few times.
Nice.
Dude, I'm so excited. I can't tell you. I'm so fucking excited for this one.
I'm happy for you. I'm excited for your excitement.
Just don't hurt me again. That's all I ask. Because listen, there's one thing that Transformers franchise does pretty much better than any franchise. The trailers are so good. They make such fucking good trailers. Even the Bay movies, like every time they got me buying the Kool-Aid, I was like, yeah, that trailer looks awesome. I can't fucking help it. The trailer looks sick. And then you get to Transformers 5, and in the first 2 minutes, you've got Stanley Tucci playing Merlin. First off, worst casting ever, and I love Stanley Tucci. And Merlin's a drunk guy, and he goes, I'm plastered. I'm like, how long is this movie? Oh, I got 2.5 hours of Michael Bay comedy. Oh, and Unicron's Earth. You motherfucker. What are you doing to me? I'm sweating now out of anger just from the thought of that fucking concept. Oh, but did you know that in the remake they actually made Unicorn a robot on Earth? Shut the fuck up. Doesn't count.
Fair enough. Mixed memorabilia. What do we think on the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animation movie? It was on Nico's list. Neither of us is in the trailer, but we are Turtles fans, so we're down for it. It's really the long and short of that one. Yeah. Okay. You would like my worst.
I would like your worst.
The Flash.
What the fuck? Because,
bro, I hate myself for putting it here, and this is when I said my 10 and my worst were nearly there. Because if I'm honest, if it wasn't for the person playing the Flash, chances are this would probably be number one.
That trailer's good, huh?
The trailer is good. Michael Keaton is back. He's not my Batman, but he's an awesome Batman.
So is Ben Affleck. So is Ben Affleck.
Yeah, there is so much to be appreciated with this film, but this person is still facing legal action for their actions.
They are never working again. Like
they aren't.
Let's never working
in the
again.
Same vein, when we were looking at Death on the Nile, and we're like, that film does no right being promoted.
No,
I feel the same here. I'm a hypocrite. That person will get my money, because they will get paid from the box office. It's just the way life goes. I know that. And I hate it because I like Flashpoint. I like The Flash. I've watched this, the more I've watched of Flash, from be it TV series to seeing him in Justice League, to watching the TV, the original TV series, to the CW TV series. There's every time I've grown to appreciate the person even more. And this is going to be something. I didn't only feel that individual was great in the Batman vs Superman or Justice League movie that came, but they've given me something that everyone said would be the moment to make DC relevant again. And even if it does, how can we say that DC became relevant and their universe was built off of this? Like, I can't go out and be Death on the Nile, can't be promoted because Armie Hammer's doing what he's done. I can't say Kevin Spacey is an absolute scumbag. I hate to bring him up, but okay, LA Confidential came there, but it's that. And then they're going to be like, yeah, way to go for this one. Like, I appreciate that I saw what we need to talk about Kevin after this thing, because that person wasn't familiar to me, and I'm not going to honor their name right now.
Yeah.
But just like I said, Scientology doesn't. I saw what Gavin said. Yes, the way you get extradited from their religion, should you choose to leave, is pretty hard. This person has created a cult and has put people's lives at risk and is manipulating people, and I can't be down.
Oh, and
yes,
and he, she, they. I don't know how they identify now, so I'll just go with they. They're grooming children. Like,
yeah, these are the parts that I can't.
Allegedly, I have to say allegedly, or we'll get fucking
exactly innocent until proven guilty. But there are other sides to what this person's doing, and they're proud to say, like, "Yeah, I am," and we know that's wrong. Now, should I put my flag in the ground and be like, "I'm not going to support this film"? Yes, I should. I know I am a hypocrite. Should I be like, "This is the one time AJ Vision makes sense"? Possibly I could, but I shouldn't even watch the film through sheer hatred. It's the same as telling someone to play an R. Kelly album. That's the problem I have with this. Separate the artist from the thing. I can hear all the arguments.
Yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. I think that's a soundbite that people throw about a bit too easily, because when you separate the art from the artist, you're not condemning them for the actions that they have, in this case allegedly, or in Kevin Spacey's case proven to be guilty of.
And this is the thing.
So you actually financially, on a monetary level, it's not possible to separate the art from the artist. That Kevin Spacey movie has Kevin Spacey in it. If you support it, he's getting paid. Like,
this
fact.
is exactly it. Now, are we talking? And this is what I am as raw as you guys will ever see me be here. Right? The most honest line I have ever said here is the truth here. I am going to be the world's biggest hypocrite because I will support that film one form or another. I know I will. But for me, who has sat here time and time again and has said, "Oh, Death on the Nile. No, we can't touch that." Oh, Kevin Spacey, the one who I refer to as he who shan't be named. But in this case, there is a big he who shan't be named. I can't say it's on principle, from who I've been in every previous episode, can't come and put this anywhere in my top 10. It has to be my worst. And basically based on the fact of how much I want to see it.
Yeah. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. And I'd be an equal hypocrite here, because I put Death on the Nile as my worst. I think it was last summer.
Yeah.
I think I did exactly what you're doing now. So I'm not about to go and hate you for it. But so shameless plug for the Daddy Ghoul YouTube channel here, but I uploaded a reel of Hogwarts Legacy. And it was just a nice little thing whereby they've put a homage to Robbie Coltrane in the game.
Nice.
It's where Hagrid, obviously this is set 100 years before the Harry Potter events take place, this game, yeah? So it's not in the same time. It's way before. Hagrid, not born yet, doesn't exist yet. Hagrid's hut, not a thing yet. But where Hagrid's hut should be, they've put like a memorabilia to Robbie, like a statue to commemorate Coltrane's passing. And it's just a statue with Hagrid's name and his best friend Buckbeak the Hippogriff on it. And I thought, respect. That's really, really nice. Oh my God, the vitriol. Because people hate JK. Because she's transphobic. Not fact. Read her book. She's not transphobic. But anyway. I'm sorry. You cannot. I know you're saying because you're like, be careful, but I've read her fucking.
No.
book.
No. Do you know what I was saying? And I didn't want to cut you. I'm saying the fact that anyone who chooses to come onto a Hogwarts Legacy gaming channel and have something to say, you're a fucking idiot because you're still supporting it. Stay awake. What? Why are you even looking at the fucking word?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Hogwarts is a J.K. Rowling fucking word.
Mm.
Sorry, guys. I'm actually getting really passionate here. But for anything
good.
I want to say, whether it be a Hagrid moment, whether it be no matter which element of it that you're going to bring into it, you're picking on it. Don't try and separate the Harry Potter universe from the person. It's all the same. So you coming in there, you're still supporting it.
This was the thing, and what the one person in particular chose to jump on, and I'm not going to say in detail what they said, but essentially in the comment section they ruined the ending of the game. They said who dies, they said how it's possible to or not to save them, and I just replied, I'm like, bro, why do that? And they're like, because JK is a TERF and a transphobe, and anyone who plays this game is directly supporting her, and I'm not going to allow this game to be played. I'm like, fucking hell.
So it's either one or two things. You've either gone into reading it to just be a spoiler person just for that moment.
It kind of felt that way. But I mean, I stayed very calm in the whole thing, and I was literally saying, like, dude, not that I agree with your stance on JK, but I do agree with your anti-transphobic stance. I think you'd have to be an idiot to be transphobic, because essentially what you're advocating then is you don't believe in equal rights for all people, which is what we should have, right?
Yeah.
Men, women, trans, everyone, equal rights. That's what we're advocating for, right? So I think you'd have to be an idiot to not agree with this person, despite the fact that they're going about it a wrong way. And I said that to them, but I'm like, you have to appreciate that the type of demographic I'm going to attract to a gaming channel aren't going to have that type of political view, bro. Like, he's like, you're wrong. It's mostly adults that play this. And I shared like some analytics from my channel. It was mostly kids. And it's like, dude, you've probably just gone and ruined this game for a load of kids who got this game as a birthday present or a Christmas present. You're being shitty. And he's like, oh, am I meant to worry more about like the ending of a game than some transphobe TERF? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, you're making this complicated. I'm like, no, dude. But what I'm saying is that if you believe so strongly in this, there are more powerful ways you can do it than spoiling a child's video game time. It's like, this isn't the way. This is not the way.
It's funny. I'm going to, again, split both ways. It doesn't even have to have anything linked to JK right now. It's just using that tech. Like, okay, both ways, but what are you doing? Well, how are you making your life? How does your life become following anything to do with this individual?
Well, exactly.
There comes a point, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. You're actually entering a new form of cyber stalking, because you're not directly following that person, but you're just imprinting yourself actually everywhere. You're practically a stalker in another way. I understand it, and to a degree, had you got your facts right, I applaud you for this thing. But for everything that I've said against Spacey, and I think the person is absolute scum, and I think he is the biggest stain to the LGBTQ plus. I'm not sure what the correct definition is. I've heard it from different people from that group, said in different ways.
You're acknowledging the community. It's fine.
Yeah, the community. And, for him to be a homosexual for the longest while, it's at the point that you've been revealed to be this vile abuser. It's your time to be like, oh, this is my time to come out of the closet. Go fuck yourself, you piece of scum. That's I can't stand. But anyway.
No, it's true. Yeah. It's true. The reason I brought it up is because I'm not separating the art from the artist. As I said, that soundbite is becoming progressively dangerous because it's being thrown about too easily without any actual critical thinking behind it. But the same way that I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy, I don't have a pro or anti anything. I have no dog in this race. I just want to play a video game.
Yeah. And it's the same here.
I want that with Flash.
I'm on it, bro, and I'm seeing Gavin's thing. Like, let's bear in mind. I'm just gonna paraphrase it here. Bear in mind there are hundreds of other actors who worked in the film who deserve something for what they've done. They
That's where I'm
do,
coming from with Hogwarts Legacy.
yeah.
You know, it's like all of the people who
But
put
in the same breath,
years into
bro,
making this.
in the same breath, I love Letitia Wright. Should I then say Death on the Nile deserves my time? Because let's ignore this guy.
Yeah, it's a sticky slope, isn't it?
It's one of those. As I said, I'm being as realistic as I am for anyone else that I have cancelled along the way, or we have cancelled on the show. I can't give it that thing. I'm pumped as hell, yeah, but I just feel like I know how much went into it, and I know you can't just CGI someone else to be him. You know, it's not like out of nowhere.
No, you can't do reshoots. It's not with a character that's that central. It's not possible.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's tough.
What I have to say fundamentally fucking pissed me off. On Instagram, there's like a comic book outlet I follow called Heroic Hollywood. They post a lot of kind of bland cookie cutter. Here's a photo of the Flash. Here's a photo of Rocket Raccoon. Have you all seen? You know, it's comment based essentially. You know, I know what they're doing. It's a smart game. But they did one. Normally, I don't comment. I just like, you know, and they're very good at getting scoops, which is one of the reasons probably the reason I follow them. But they posted something recently going, amidst reports that The Flash is one of the greatest comic book movies of all time, should, you know who I'm talking about, should this person be allowed to continue as The Flash? And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you even asking this question? No. The fact that they've managed to get people excited despite it being public domain knowledge now that this shit's gone down, get this movie out the way, hit reset on the DC universe, move on with Superman Legacy. Thank you, James Gunn. I can't wait to see your vision of DC. Don't go near this cancer. Why would a media outlet even ask that? That for me isn't like smart algorithm manipulation where it's like, oh, I'm going to get a reaction here like I did on Ministry. I know what the fuck I was doing. All In will be bigger than WrestleMania. Our most popular video. I know what the fuck I was doing with that, but it looks like it's going to be true anyway. But I knew what the fuck I was doing with that comment. This is destructive now. Opening up a discussion panel about whether someone who is currently under investigation for grooming, cult behavior, larceny, robbery. I mean, fuck.
Multiple crimes. Like across the board.
Fuck. No, you do not get this person to come back near the Flash. No.
Yeah.
Like, no. No. Like, why? Don't even entertain that. Do not open up a discussion board to it's bad.
Yeah. As I said, I'm a hypocrite because I know I will watch the film. There's no way I will not watch the film. I know it. How I watch it could be a different story. Depends on how much. No. Honestly, that. Like it really does depend on how much I want to put my foot in the ground. But it's sad we should be at that, you know. And I hate that I've been so torn.
It is. Well, Wally West will be next, starring with Sean William Scott as the lead. I got you. Oh, you want me to really sting you? James Gunn and Kevin Feige have reportedly had a talk about doing a crossover universe movie.
I know. I remember you posted that. And I was like, the more you know.
The more you know, right? Never say never anymore, right?
Yeah.
Look, my worst dude was from your number, one of your lower ones, the punt from earlier is The Little Mermaid. Nothing to do with the color of her skin. Couldn't give a fuck. I'll even go as far as to say, I think casting Melissa McCarthy as Ursula is inspired bit of casting. Like, that is an inspired bit of casting. Like, well done. This movie looks so fucking by the numbers and generic and copy pasted and made with absolutely no heart and no love. It's another quick cash grab from Disney. And dude, I am really getting bored of what they're doing now. I really am.
Can I be honest?
Mm.
If it wasn't to piss off the racists, I wouldn't give a shit. That's why it's so long. I feel that these let's make a live action out of every animation is getting boring. Like the Lion King will always have a special place in my heart. Fact. What Neil said
Aladdin was meh or less than meh. Lion King was meh.
I enjoyed that. As I said,
It was
Jungle
fine.
Book was average.
Jungle Book,
It's just
Jungle Book, I enjoyed.
It's credit to the kid. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Credit to the kid. It wasn't. It didn't have the spirit of the Jungle Book.
Cinderella was good. Cinderella was
Beauty and
good.
the Beast. You can also have something with.
Beauty and the Beast was okay. I was happy when I saw it. I was entertained, but it's not something I'm going to rush back and watch.
But this is what I'm saying. None of them have actually rocked my world. I feel it's bland. I saw Sebastian, and obviously, when you do live action, you're
Ariel,
but it just doesn't have. There's something about these stuff being animation for it. There's a magic in animation, and the minute you make it live action with animatronic characters, it loses its magic. Animatronic.
Animatronic.
Tronic would be if it's robot-like.
What are you trying to say?
When you got animals, but like let's take Robin Hood the Fox. It's animatronic, no?
Personification.
Come again?
Personification.
I'm sure, but that word, I don't. Now you're making me search it. Yeah. Either way, when you got an animal portraying a human, or you're bringing an animal to life in certain ways, like the characteristics of Sebastian, right? Just being the way he was, the character, the way his eyes would react, and what have you. You're not going to get it in the live action because it's the limitations of what a crab can actually do. Now you're stealing some of the magic of these shows, and that's the thing. I just think that while I'm one who will say I don't want a female Bond, I don't want a black Bond, and certain things like this, the fact that Ariel has become black doesn't bother me too much, and I think that the way the haters are really going for it is very similar to a female Ghostbusters, and that film was actually pretty good. So
don't let them the tech hear you saying that.
Yeah, come at me. I don't care. Like, it is what it is, And that's the thing. I want this one to do well because it just be like she's done it on merit, But again, maybe I'm a hypocrite again because I'm like, we can't have a black one, but we can have a black Ariel. But she's
look. Gavin Mann mentioned tunnel vision a moment ago. I'm very much in the middle on this one. I don't agree with either side of it, to be honest. Does it inherently bother me that the character's black? No. 7 seas. Why can't she be the Indian Ocean? Why can't she be the Sea of Cortez?
Her best friend is a Caribbean crab. It shouldn't shock anyone that she's black.
You know what I mean? There's that. So it has no shock factor for me whatsoever. And I don't believe it's bait or virtue signaling. I just think, okay, she's black. And what? But I also get the fact that she's meant to be Danish, according to the book. So there's that. It was Disney who chose to make the Sebastian a fucking Caribbean accented crab. That was a choice they made a long time ago, during a time where they were highly racist and Song of the South was a thing. Let's not forget that, yeah? Zippity-doo-dah. Can't carry on. I'll get fucked for that. But you know what I mean? So this was the original decisions surrounding the voice casting were very questionable. And the original source material has her as Danish. So, but again, neither of these things are things that are like intrinsic to the character. It's like when we talk about Magneto and people are like, he has to be a World War II Jewish guy. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He has to.
Pretty old now. He has
to have lived through a Holocaust. He doesn't have to have lived through that Holocaust. He has to have seen the worst in mankind in a Holocaust to have his fundamentally radical ideas formed. That's what forms the character. Ariel's skin color and where she comes from does not form her. What forms her is the fact that she's a fucking moron.
You're not wrong.
Look at all these wonderful trinkets holding up a fork. Your father has a trident, you dumb bitch. You are dumb. Your father is literally carrying around the Godzilla version of what you are holding in your hand.
That I can agree with.
Yeah, the fact that she's dumb and naive is what makes her. You can be black, dumb, and naive. You can be white, dumb, and naive. Both are equally stupid.
Indeed.
All are equal and dumb. Oh, shit, that's a reel there. Oh, I like that.
Right, guys. So through our worst, it's been very political and yeah, it's been interesting. So
We're going to need to cut that out moving forward, you know.
But I think the reasons were what they were on this, and it is what it is. I was going to say these are the longest worst we've ever done. That's a fact. But I think they needed to be discussed.
Yeah,
right.
Fair enough. Your best.
Right. My most anticipated film. We are talking Oppenheimer.
And you clicked on my poster there too, so you know it's going to be the same one.
Oh, did I? Shit, my bad. Yeah,
N1.
It has names. How did I scroll down? Yeah, there we go. Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, and obviously Cillian Murphy. A Christopher Nolan movie. Hopefully, it doesn't follow Tenet's motions. But yeah,
He gets a pass. That's his first misstep with Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet was weird, man.
Tenet didn't work for me. The rest of Christopher Nolan's filmography highly works for me. I've discovered from being on Twitter that he's actually quite divisive amongst audiences. People either are in our boat and love the guy, like mixed memorabilia. Not mixed memorabilia. We love movies. JT, not a fan. Does not like Christopher Nolan.
Interesting.
It is.
You know what? Take away the Dark Knight trilogy, even something just like The Prestige. I just think it's golden. I just can't hate on something.
Dude, The Prestige. Obviously, the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, fucking Interstellar, Insomnia. His filmography,
Insomnia still fucking
Dunkirk. His filmography is intimidating. And they dropped, I think it was yesterday, they dropped trailer 2 for Oppenheimer. Jesus Christ. It was like he was dropping the mic. He was like, I'm back, bitches. I mean, the tension. Well, I don't know if it will be movie of the year because there's a little thing with Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro coming out, directed by one Martin Scorsese, that could easily topple it. Also, we don't know what the Oscar darlings are going to be this year. Way too early to tell.
Talking of Mr. De Niro, just something popped up on my phone today. Gonna be a dad for the 7th time.
Jesus.
89. 89 is still swinging it. I don't know. There comes a point, personally.
Poor kid.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. More than anything else, it's not a go, Robert. It's be fair to the kid. No matter what your
that kid's not going to have a dad. That kid will not have a dad.
Be 79. Sorry, I said 89. My bad. Yeah. But
kid will still not have a dad.
Yeah. I mean, even if Robert De Niro makes it to 100 and something, like, what is he going to be doing? And respectfully, who knows what technology and science will bring us later on in time? But yeah, come on. There comes a point where I know a man who became a dad later on in life, and what lines were, if it didn't happen at that age, I knew it would never happen, and he done it late, And I could agree with him stopping there. He knew he would not be as irresponsible after that year.
It's a little irresponsible. I mean, congratulations to him and the mummy, and happy we've got a new life on the planet. And hey, man, that's a lot of talent that's been spread through that gene pool, I imagine. So long may the next generation of De Niro's thrive, as far as I'm concerned, because that man has done nothing but entertain me for pretty much my whole lifetime.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, well, Big Tone, you say you couldn't give a shit about Oscars personally. So how are you defining movie of the year with your previous statement? Will be movie of the year according to...
let's do personal movie of the year. We do a top 10 movie of the year. In his case, that could...
Yep. Okay, fine. Language is important here, yes?
My movie of the year.
Yeah, there you go. The same way that I've always been chastised for the last 6 months and now decided to get in my lane for the sake of avoiding the argument. That's my opinion.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, no, dude, it looks fantastic. It does look like Nolan's mic drop. It looks like a return to form. It looks terrifying. And yeah, I can't wait to see it. I really, really, really can't wait to see it.
Cool. Guys, should have said it before, but if you could start dropping your top 10s, if you still got them in there, your most anticipated. It's a difficult one because it depends how much you check the trailers and if you've really taken the time to make a list. It's not based on stuff you've seen, but it'd be interesting to see what films really have caught your eyes because, yeah, why not? Why not? So we'll give you a chance to put them out there, but are we
do we do a Rushmore? Yeah, I was going to say, do we do a Rushmore for this or... There's not really anything to Rushmore.
Kind of leave it. And how do you win? How do you win?
The most anticipated. Hi, Billy, you're back. We're about to leave.
See ya. Toodles. But yeah, no, jokes aside. Yeah, no, I don't think we will. But let's just say, you know what? If I was for the win, it's this. It's, you know what? It's this, despite the director. Yeah. It's these little moments. I'm sorry for you guys who are not on visuals right now. Head on over to the podcast channel. It'd be nice. It's films. Bro, yes, Transformers. But what I was hitting at, and the same reason I didn't hit Barbie, the same reason I didn't hit Mission Impossible. You know, even Blackberry seems interesting. Here's another one that's going to be nice on Apple TV. Still, a Michael J.
Fox.
That's
going to fucking hurt.
It's going to tear the fuck apart. It's going to tear me apart. Fresh films. It's good to see that we have fresh films. Yeah, it's not all about Spider-Man. It's not all about Optimus Prime or Barbie or Ursula and Ariel and the rest. Let's go for some stuff. Even Barry Allen. Yeah, but you get where I'm going with this. Let's celebrate that cinema is going to give us some stuff.
Nico, what did you think of Bumblebee? AJ already told you. One of AJ's favorite moments in the cinema was seeing me freak out in Bumblebee. Yeah. What happened to Michael J. Fox? He got Parkinson's a long time ago.
Yeah, and he was doing a lot of stuff to hold it down, and then he just decided to be. I think that whatever he was doing just wasn't working out for him, and he was just like, right, I'm at that stage now.
Oh, did you see that fucking interview he did recently? It was so sad.
No, I watched the trailer for this film / documentary. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the Val Kilmer documentary yet?
Not as yet, no. But this reminded me of that.
Thing.
Yeah, it reminded me of that, and I must admit, you know, it's so sad. Michael J. Fox has always had, even now that he's aged, he still has this kind of childlike feature to him, you know, as much as he's aged, and you just think, my God, this thing is really torn this poor man apart, you know, it's sad times, man.
The last thing I'll share with everyone, a little nugget here, is a film which I haven't mentioned because I don't know if it's a foreign language film. It's Finnish, but it looks like John Wick meets World War II, and it's called Sisu.
Nick's memorabilia did put. Oh, okay, there we go. Oppenheimer, The Killer, Indiana Jones, and Killers of the Flower Moon.
Not until October. Can't do Killers of the Flower Moon.
I think, yeah. Also a Nigerian film. To catch that, Mami Wata. So
Mami Wata.
There's some stuff out there from all areas of the globe. So
Sisu, yes, Gavin, you've got to get on that. It's coming out at the end of May. I was lucky enough to get an early screener for it, and I'm not allowed to say more other than go see this movie.
This could be interesting, really. John Bernthal does do a good Punisher. I know you're not a big fan of the TV series, but yeah. Anyway,
the Punisher TV series was dog shite. Punisher appearing in the Daredevil series I liked, but his own spin-off series I thought was the biggest pile of shit.
It took me a while. I actually really got into season 1. I just haven't had the time to go back to season 2. I just got it Netflixed out, to be honest. Might check it
all right, guys, so we're going to finish off just by reminding you that next week will be our last episode before I have to go and film in Sardinia. So let me just look at our release calendar here. I think we've got like a 1 or 2 week hiatus.
I think it's 2.
I think it is 2. Hang on, YouTube release calendar. Yeah, so next week will be our last episode before we take a 2-week hiatus, and then we'll be back for the first week of June. The topic next week, it's a fun one. It's a ranking episode. It is a ranking episode. Ranking the Fast and Furious movies. Oh, yeah. And yes, mixed memorabilia, I'm really sorry. Another break, not another break. I'm really sorry, dude. I got to put food on the table for my family, and part of that job is bills need paying, bro. I got to go and travel and film in Sardinia, but we're doing a really, really cool documentary. Big Tone, the Leo and Robin Scorsese film is called Killers of the Flower Moon. It's all about family. Well done, Billy. Very good. Very well played. Very well played. But yeah, guys, do actually be there for that one next week, because at the end of next week's episode, we are doing a special announcement that legitimately will change the Silver Screen Dudes moving forward for good. So it's a big announcement, huge announcement. So be there for that. It's big.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh no, we can't do it. Yeah, can't do it. I'm gonna say it to you after. I'm gonna say it to you after, but yeah, I can't do it now. I don't know how it works, which is so fucking irritating.
Nico, have you heard about Daredevil in the MCU? I've seen Daredevil in the MCU.
Really? Oh. I just want Peter Parker just randomly hired a random lawyer.
So yeah. Oh shit. We're gonna end it there, guys. It's been real. I'm Nico. He's AJ. We're back next week for family. Hobson Shaw sucks. Spoiler.
Big Tone, jump on now, bro. Jump on now. We'll see you there. You'll see the entrance. Anyway, that's a separate story. Until then, guys, we out. See ya.
See you next week, guys. Big announcement, and follow Daddy Goo.